Hello, everyone. Today, I have some amazing news to share with you. In all honesty, I believe that a significant change in the cryptocurrency market may be about to occur. Are you prepared for this? What may cause XRP to blow up? This is what's going on, and it's really big. The XRP ETFs that have been the talk of the town are more than just hype. They are the real catalyst that has the potential to release enormous XRP liquidity, and there may be significant price movement after that. To be clear, I am referring particularly to XRP in this context. There is something specific happening with XRP that makes this circumstance unique, even though other coins might also profit. Everyone is monitoring the timeline. I'll outline the important dates you should be aware of. In actuality, today, October 19th, is a pivotal day. Yesterday, October 18th, was the deadline for Grayscale's XRP ETF application. The problem is that we might not receive a response right away. There are still a number of deadlines to meet. November 14th is the major one, followed by October 20th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. These are all deadlines for ETFs from various organizations. Which of these dates will actually be approved is the crucial question. The intriguing thing is that any of these could go online at any time. The sole obstacle in the way? You guessed it. The government shutdown. The twist of the government shutdown. This is when the exciting part begins. This stoppage is taking place at the exact moment that XRP ETFs are supposed to be approved. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps. Appropriate timing for XRP suppression? Tell me, please. But hold on, this is where things get strange. According to sources, the SEC recently approved a Solana spot ETF on October 16, 2025. Furthermore, Hong Kong also introduced the first Solana spot ETF globally. Even amid a government shutdown, how is this possible? Why not XRP if they can approve Solana? In order to level the playing field, this either puts pressure on XRP to be approved, or if this Solana report is false, it indicates that everything could be released at once the shutdown is over. The anticipated 40-day stoppage. Here's the most recent information regarding the shutdown. This might continue for more than 40 days, according to forecasters. That would surpass the 35-day mark set in 2019. We are far into November after 40 days. And this is the reason that date makes me shiver. Last year in November, XRP performed a 6x. Is history about to repeat itself? The patterns on the chart are matching. The technical analysis really supports this schedule, which is extremely crazy. XRP has a genuine chance of reaching a new all-time high, while Bitcoin does not, based on the charts I'm looking at. The XRP versus Ethereum and XRP versus Bitcoin pairings could decide everything. Something we'll discuss in more detail shortly. The feeling of déjà vu. I've been saying this for a long, but I firmly believe that a major déjà vu moment is about to occur. Everything is aligning exactly as it did previously, including the timing, chart patterns, and regulatory environment. If I'm correct, November might be a very exciting month for holders of XRP. The intuition known as the last 600% pump. I have something really important to share with you now. A trader left a comment, and I was completely chilled by what he said. He remarked, I had the same feeling about XRP that I had when I bought it at 50 cents exactly a year ago before a 600% pump. It will arrive. That's what I can guarantee you. Take a moment to consider that. This individual purchased XRP at 50 cents just before it completely took off, and he claims that he is experiencing the same emotion at the moment. It's not merely a coincidence, that is experience-based intuition. The problem is this, it's not just him. A number of people have said that they are also feeling a sense of déjà vu. They bought before the last big pump because of the same energy, the same market conditions, and their instincts. Why the charts are urging you to purchase? However, we shouldn't merely depend on our emotions. Allow me to demonstrate why the technical analysis fully supports this. There must be a method if there is a will. We are aware that the ETF narrative will probably cause XRP to rise, but why? It's literally shouting from the charts. The two combinations that changed the game were XRP versus Bitcoin and ETH. The charts that have me completely convinced are these ones. There are some of the most positive indications I've ever seen in the XRP against Ethereum and XRP versus Bitcoin pairings. This is why it's important. It indicates that XRP is outperforming both Ethereum and Bitcoin when these pairings surge. These charts are currently pointing directly upward. Consider it rationally. Unless XRP is set to make a huge breakout, it doesn't make sense if these paired charts are boosting when Ethereum and Bitcoin are selling. In general, XRP dumps more forcefully than Ethereum and Bitcoin. However, XRP really takes off when these combinations get green. The bullish divergence paradise. XRP versus Ethereum. This is where things become really interesting, so allow me to explain what I'm seeing on the XRP versus Ethereum chart. Everywhere I turn, I see bullish divergences. I mean everywhere. Down to that level from here and then across here. It resembles a bullish signal blueprint that is ready to blow up. It gets better though. I'm seeing the same trend on the 2-day chart, but something has me giddy right now. A head and shoulders pattern in reverse. The most bullish pattern in my entire repertoire, for those who are unaware, is the inverted head and shoulders. We are discussing a structure that usually results in significant breakouts. And the lowest goal? Much higher than our current position. The 3-day graph? The exact same pattern is emerging. 4 days? The same configuration. 5 days or 10 days? All are displaying severely oversold circumstances, indicating that we are poised to blow up like a spring. The most explosive setup I've ever seen is the 2-week chart. However, this is the 2-week timeline chart that shows me decreasing sleep. In my whole trading career, this may be the most dramatic bullish divergence I've ever seen. I can hardly see the pivot point on the chart because it is so low. I firmly think that XRP may be on the verge of reaching a new all-time high when this pattern is validated and begins to rise. Everything is falling into place. Chart patterns that are textbook setups for explosive moves, the institutional narrative around ETFs, the technical research displaying large bullish divergences, and the same intuition that dubbed the last 600% surge. Like the last time, the majority of people will be watching from the sidelines. Avoid becoming one of them. The price objectives will astound you. This is when the exciting part begins. Let's discuss numbers. How much higher could XRP go if this XRP versus Ethereum combination does reach a new all-time high? I'm seeing a minimum objective of 130% above whatever Ethereum accomplishes. I'll explain this to you. Ethereum won't remain totally constant, but if it does, that 130% boost will push XRP to $5, $40. The problem is that Ethereum won't just sit there. Suppose Ethereum gains 20%. This implies that XRP may climb 150%, reaching $6. And keep in mind that's only the minimal goal. We may reach far higher. The ideal storm. The window of opportunity for XRP. Here's what I think will happen in this situation. At the very moment that XRP begins its move, Bitcoin will retrace. Because of this, XRP has the ideal chance to soar while Bitcoin takes a break. Imagine this. Bitcoin simply stagnates while XRP surges like crazy. When Bitcoin inevitably plummets, XRP actually defends itself after reaching these enormous heights. XRP appears to have a competitive advantage. The playbook of history. 2017. Again and again. But hold on, things become even more interesting. Before I saw this, I honestly believed I was